It's time for a rib quiz. Let's see how many of these book collecting words you can get right. I'm going to use this 1809 edition of Dante that was printed in London for our example. It is Dante in Italian. It was meant for aristocratic ladies who were learning Italian. And as such, it is very fancy in its binding. This is a beautiful binding from the early 19th century, and it has a number of things that you see with these fancier bindings. We'll take advantage of that to give you a quiz. First, when I open this, instead of paper end papers, usually these are the end papers, the first part when you open the book, instead of paper there, which is what we normally see, and maybe it's marbled or something, here we actually have silk. They have added a special material to make the entire design more deluxe. What do we call it when these end papers have been replaced not with paper, but with silk or sometimes leather, anything else that makes it especially expensive and fancy? Next, you can see that we've got more on the turn-ins here, more leather on the turn-ins here than we normally have. The turn-ins are that part of the leather that comes over onto the inside of the boards. Normally that's just a tiny bit, just enough to kind of stabilize it. But here we've given almost a solid 3/4 of an inch to this leather, and then there's been additional gilt stamping in order to give it a little bit more bling. What do we call it when the turn-ins, this part of the leather, have been extended and exceptionally decorated like this? Finally, let's go back to the silk that I was talking about. Sometimes we would call this watered silk, but there is another name for watered silk that you will often see when describing bindings like this, or even fabrics of the time. This is a common fabric in fashion for dresses of the era. What do we call watered silk? How did we do? 3 for 3?